Hi, my name is Molly Sommerhalder. I'm a certified wellness coach to the International Association of Wellness Professionals and certified yoga teacher. In this video, I'm talking about one of my favorite daily routines that I love to do, which is called oil pulling. It's a great way to keep oral health happy and healthy, and also is a good alternative to using harmful chemical mouthwashes. And so oil pulling comes from the India folk remedy tradition and comes from also the Ayurvedic tradition, which is basically the science of life that was developed between 5,000 to 6,000 years ago. And so oil pulling is something that, again, was a folk remedy, and now that science is starting to look into it, see what's really about, and noticing, does this really work, they're finding that yes, it does. And so oil pulling has some great properties, that the same things that mouthwashes do, but it doesn't have all those hard chemicals or other things that we don't want to swallow and put into our body. And so oil pulling has many benefits to it. I'm just going to highlight a few that I like to share because I feel like these are all things that we all want to work on, right? So one of the main things is it helps get rid of harmful bacteria. There was actually a study found in the National Health Institute that 60 participants tried oil pulling, and they found that it did reduce the harmful bacteria that was found in their saliva. And it also had the same properties if you use this oil pulling that I'm going to talk about in a little bit, that if you use it, it has the same ability to do the same thing as like a mouthwash with chemicals. They also found that it helps with bad breath. So if that's something that you're concerned about, it also helped with plaque and gum inflammation as well. So I know I have issues with plaque, and that helps me. And then also making sure with cavity prevention. So those were all things that they found that they tested in that study, and all 60 participants at the end of it, they did notice a difference after they'd been oil pulling. And then one of the things that we always talk about is having whiter teeth. And so it can also whiten your teeth a little bit. So that's another helpful property as well. So oil pulling is a very simple process. We think it could be this long, crazy thing, right? We hear the name and we're like, what is that? It sounds a little strange, and it sounds a little like, when I think of pulling, I think of, the cases where you see those things going up and down your nose and they're pulling things out, and that's not what this is at all. So oil pulling, basically you can use coconut oil. You don't have to use anything more than that. And so you take a tablespoon of coconut oil and you basically just swish it around your mouth for 15 to 20 minutes. So I like to do this when I get up and I'm getting ready for the day. I'm, getting my hair ready, putting my makeup on, making the bed, making my tea for the morning, whatever it might be. And I just allow that to swish around in my mouth. And then it does all the work that I talked about before, getting rid of bad breath, helping with plaque, all those things during that time. And then when you are done oil pulling, you can toss the oil into the garbage can, so you'll spit it out. That helps just to make sure that your pipes don't get clogged up or things like that. And then a nice thing to do just to kind of rinse things out is you can use water and just rinse out your mouth. Otherwise, you can also put sea salt in water. That's a nice, really good way to kind of make sure to get that bacteria out, get all those things that oil has brought up for you in your mouth. And then from there, you can brush your teeth. So that will help, with the hygiene of it as well. So it's a really simple process. In the Ayurvedic tradition or some other places, they actually add things to it. So I actually use a remedy that I like to buy, but again, it's very simple. You can just use organic, simple organic coconut butter or oil. And then you can use what I have too, which is an Ayurvedic oil pulling as well. So it's completely up to you. Some people like to add in peppermint oil. So using a high-grade peppermint oil, you can add that to it just to help with that fresh breath. Some people don't even, just use this as a mouthwash. They don't even have to do the full oil pulling. So if you just want to freshen your breath, you can use that with the coconut oil and the peppermint and just do a quick refresh of the breath. You can also, this one has sesame seed oil in it too. That's another popular oil that's used in the Ayurvedic tradition. You can also, this one has sage, slippery elm. Slippery elm is really good for moisture and getting things kind of moving as well. And then this also has cardamom, clove, tea tree, and vitamin E. So it's all depending. I have another blend that I use from my Ayurvedic doctor as well, and she puts fennel in hers. So it just all depends what you want to add to it. And again, you don't have to add to it either. So oil pulling is a really simple and easy way and a great alternative if using chemical mouthwash is not something that works for you or you're concerned about all those chemicals in your body. This does the same thing. It's being researched by science. I know my dentist is supportive of me doing it and has noticed the changes as well. And then also just being mindful that if you do have an allergy to coconut, making sure that this might not be something you want to try. So if you want to try it, again, you can use sesame seed oil if you need to. So those are some health tips that I have for you today, including your oral health. If you want to hear more from me, please visit me at slwellness.info.